Show. They make us laugh, they teach us things, they even want more fairy wings. It's the Anlin Show. They love their coffee, they make you smile. Come on and join and sit a while. It's the Anlin Show. Show them love, show you care. Like and subscribe, share if you dare. It's the Anlin Show. Granny's having coffee talk. These two sisters really rock.
It's the Anlin Show. Here's Ann and Lynn.
Ta-da! hello, and
Hi, everyone.
welcome to the Ann Lynn Show.
Oh, Anne, I have to correct you already. It's the official Ann Lynn.
Oh, of course.
We have
the
a new name.
official Ann Lynn Show, and we have a new icon.
Oh, there we
Whoop,
are.
There we go. There it is. There it is.
When was that taken?
Well, that was a picture that, of course, got enhanced, but it was taken about a month ago when you were here with me.
That's right. Cameraman and I came up, spent a whole week this time from a Saturday to a Saturday. And what an adventure we had. We had an awesome time.
We had a great we had a great visit. Under the circumstances.
What were those circumstances, Anne?
Well, the circumstances were
Were?
that on about the third day of your visit, was it the septic line from the sewer line from the house to the road collapsed. And everything, all the contents of the house was going out underneath our deck outside.
Pewee.
And oh my gosh, the bathrooms were not flushing right. So then it was like, oh, okay. So that's the story. Oh my gosh. So for how many days?
Several, but
we were camping in the house.
we were glamping.
We were glamping.
You are a prepared woman, may I say. You not only had 1 5 bucket, you had 2
5-gallon buckets with potty lids. Yeah.
We made it.
Who'd have thought?
Oh.
And do you know, this is the second time since we moved here that I've had to pull that bucket out. So I am so thankful that we I am a prepared person. So
what did we use to wash up?
oh, thank goodness for Sure wash wipes like you get in the hospital. They're like a big wet wipe.
Yes.
And they're for cleaning up, and so between Bucket Brigade for your business and the wipes for cleaning up, thank goodness for clean clothes.
Oh, yes.
You have a story about that.
Well,
She almost had to go to the store to buy some new things.
right. But
we
worked it out.
We worked it out. So our house is now up and running. So now it's still working on the road repair. Oh boy, because they had to dig a whole new line to the house. Then they had to hook into the sewer. Oh my gosh, what a time we have had. But we're in the home stretch, just a few kinks and it'll be over with completely. And so I would say everybody just, you never know. So get your 5-gallon bucket. It's useful for a lot of things.
Be prepared.
Be prepared. Yeah. But
also, I want to say that you and I have made a decision in the past few weeks, and that is to change the way that we've been eating and the way we look at food. Give me food. And hopefully they're going to be seeing less of us.
Yes.
Each
you
week.
You should be able to see less of us. Yeah, we are getting healthy.
Yes, we are not saying the D word.
That's don't say that word.
Diet.
You said the word. And I am so looking forward to spring.
It's spring here. We're looking forward to hunting mushrooms.
It snowed here yesterday.
Oh, and
I
oh,
am
and
so over the snow. I cannot tell you. I'm like over it. But today it is sunny. I see blue sky and it is all melted, but it's cold. I'm just tired. I want to be warm.
well, we have
So
our front door open today in our home a little bit.
lucky duck.
Yeah, it's
I
beautiful
do
out.
have my kitchen window open because we had an incident last night. So I've been trying to do new recipes for dinner. So I found one was bacon wrapped chicken, and you just put all kinds of spices on it, and I put a little brown sugar on it. And I have this little toaster oven that also air fries. So
Yeah.
it said, put it in the drip tray, in the basket, in the basket, and it drips down on the tray. Well, anyhow, oh my goodness, it filled the whole lower half of the whole first floor with smoke. So I'm like, open the windows and the doors, Dave. We're doing that and got the paddle fan in the living room going, and it still stinks in here today. So I have the kitchen. I mean, it's not a bad smell, it's a cooking smell. But
Well,
the chicken was delicious.
I started to say, could you at
The
least
chicken was delicious. Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well,
Well,
our show is we're doing it a little we're coming back a little different and which is wonderful.
it's new and improved.
We have
New
a
and
wonderful
improved.
guest today that we're going to just take our time and interview and talk with her, and then it's going to air on
Well,
what day, Anne?
Well,
I mean, what
that's
days are
airing
out?
today. And if they look in the chat, we're in
Right.
the chat.
And this is a Friday at
It's
10
a Friday. Today's Friday. And 10 a.m. is when our shows will come out. Every Friday at 10 is what
Eastern
we're,
Standard Time.
Eastern. That's what we're planning on going forward.
Wow.
And Lynn and I look in the chat. We're saying hi to you in the chat. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the official new and improved Ann Lynn show.
That's right.
And we got to do this real quick.
All right. I have my
Got your mug?
yes, I do.
Turn it around there, Missy.
This way?
Yeah.
Oh, now you see my lipstick on it.
Well, that's okay. Ready to clink? Clink,
Clink.
clink, clink. Okay, and keep it right there because we're going to bring our guest in.
Oh,
we
right.
have,
Well, I can bring it like this. It's great.
okay, we have Nisi.
We do. And she is
Freehandly
from
made. And we are a little bit late celebrating the month of April with her. We meant to do it earlier in the month, but I said, is it too late? And she's like, no,
never.
So here comes Nisi, freehandly made. She has an awesome channel.
Oh,
there she is.
Yes. Hi.
Welcome. And yes, got your ready. We 1, 2, 3.
Clink.
Clink. Clink. Welcome. Oh, I gotta get a drink.
Drinking water today, not coffee.
I've got water too.
Well, I did bring a bottle of water with me, and that's next. That's next after my decaf. Oh, we're so happy to have you on. The month of April. Do you want to tell everybody what the month of April is?
The month of April is Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month. So this is a big month for those of us that are advocates. I'm an advocate for autism acceptance. That's where my niche is. And so I'm wearing red. Wear red instead.
Yes, you've got your
red or gold
t-shirt on.
Yep.
Yes.
I don't know if any here. Let me do.
Yes, let's see it.
Very nice. Very nice.
And there's a little. You can't see it really well, but there's an infinity sign at the bottom.
Okay.
The infinity sign, but there's the very last video I did. I show the t-shirts really close up, so you guys will be able to see them. And I have a link if you guys want to buy one from the Etsy shop that I purchased this one from. But yes, red and gold. You can light it up red or you can light it up gold. Both those colors mean autism acceptance.
Well, you make sure you get that link to us, and we'll put it right down.
I will.
We'll put it in the video. Well, somewhere in the video, but we'll get it.
Okay.
It'll be in the video in the comments section.
Okay.
where there's
Awesome.
more.
I
Yeah.
will make sure to do that for you.
Okay, that'll
People
be
can get
great.
to it.
So you're a busy lady. You have a wonderful channel. Everybody needs to please go over and subscribe to Free Handily Made. And the moderators are dropping the links
Yes.
down in the chat. Watch the chat, you guys. Make sure you subscribe.
Yes, please.
Ring the bell.
That's right.
Ring the bell. And and
Right.
make sure you get those notifications.
That's
right?
right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
And give a like and leave a comment, right?
Yes.
Yes. All that
Yes.
good stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But
Well,
yes.
I was of course we've been gone a few weeks and just kind of taking a break. We talked about Ann and I have started this trying to eat healthy and actually get some weight
Move.
off
Move.
and move.
And move.
I have a step. Do you have your where you're monitoring your steps? And I do. I
I
have it on.
can. I have not done that yet. I probably should.
Well, anyway, but I went ahead and I was trying to catch up on some of the videos that I've missed from your channel. And I liked what I saw. You said, "Dare to be you, dare to be different."
Yes.
So,
That's my quote.
yes, it
Um,
is. Amongst
that was-
other Bible scriptures, just one after the other, which is so wonderful.
Yes.
A lot of us, we actually we are all different from one another. I mean, actually we are. But I know that people like to stay in like a little fish group and think we're all the same and want to conform to what others want us to be, don't they, Nisi?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Well, the Bible says that we are all uniquely
Well, yes.
created. God created
Yes.
us all unique. We're unique.
Yes, we are. And so, but I read that and I was like, I really like that. One time I had a youth group, and there was a banner, and I don't know if I can quote it exactly. It's been years, but it was something like, if you're the only one standing for right, keep standing, do it anyways, right? So,
Yes.
so we have to embrace how we're made and
Mhm.
what there is about us, don't we?
Yes.
I mean,
Absolutely.
I've always been tall.
And I've always been short.
Yes, but I've always been the tallest in our family. Our aunts, our aunts. I mean, they would like to hear on me, so I always was ahead. I had taller than them. And, that bothered me for years and years. And our mom encouraged me. She was an encourager. She would tell me, don't slump over, don't, stand proud.
Mhm.
That's how you're made. Be tall. And
That's
these
right.
that's how we have to be about any situation we're in, don't we?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, I'll tell you. It's exciting, and you walk, and Nisi, I was reading about making people aware, and do you know that you have a challenge ahead? Police officers, EMTs, different people, when they come upon the situation, they need to know how to react to the people they're dealing with, don't they?
They do. My son went on a field trip with the Cub Scouts
Yes.
to the police station, the sheriff's station in a town over, and the guy that the kids got to interview was actually part of our scout troop. And one of the questions I purposely asked, since it was full of parents and kids,
Yes.
was that, does the police department here in Hamilton, Montana, get special training on how to deal with special needs children, all the way up into older ages like middle school, high school, and even young adult,
Yes.
to include autism, Down syndrome, things like that. And I was very saddened to hear that they get very little education on it. They do have some classes, but they're not in depth like they should be. So there's a lot of work to be done ahead of time, and yeah, it's unfortunate because you got not all autistics can speak. A lot of them are what they call mute, but they do communicate in other ways. And our first responders, I like to call them,
Yes.
need to be versed on knowing what those different communications are besides just verbal. There's sign language, there's handheld devices, things like that.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of work to still be done. We've come a long way, but we still have so much farther to go, especially in the rural areas like where I live. And there's not as many resources as there are in the city. So,
Absolutely. But that's a real challenge.
mhm,
Challenge for those. And I, when I did work at the library, I, like you said, we did have one family that came in, and he would go into the dad would go into one of the meetings that was being held at the library. I think it was writer's block. He was a writer, and they all met, like, every so often. And his son, he was nonverbal, and
mhm,
he would get on the, like, we had little chairs and things, in the children's department now, and he would just stay there. And of course, he was nonverbal, but those that we worked at the library, we could understand, like, if you needed to use the restroom, you had to get a key. We had to give keys out and different things.
mhm.
So that's good when community actually can, really, really get to know people,
Yeah.
and they get to know their situations, and how they can communicate. And boy, I
Mhm.
read that about, the police officers and the first responders, and it is so important that they have
It
training.
is. It is. And I know the University of Montana has a huge autism research site, and I'm trying to communicate and find out if they can offer some free courses for the local law enforcements here, because we do have a smaller campus
Yes.
here in Missoula, Montana. And so that is a work in progress, because when I lived in Florida, um, FSU had a special autism research campus, and the program was called FCARD. And they actually came in not only they went to police stations, they trained the EMS. They would go into schools and give special training to teachers. On different communication skills, how to communicate with a nonverbal autistic
Yes.
child or young adult. They did all of that, and it worked really, really well. And it did make a big, major difference, especially in emergency situations. And we need that here. And that's one thing that's lacking in this area. So,
Wow.
What I would imagine it's lacking in most areas.
it probably is.
I mean, really, if I hadn't have met you, I wouldn't have any idea of all of this. If
I
we
hear
hadn't
that a
met
lot.
you.
I do. I hear that a lot.
Mhm.
So, I mean, now that's something that, when you come across people in our own hometowns,
Mhm.
Lynn, that's,
Yes.
something we need to see if we can't do something about that, or,
Absolutely.
try to put people in contact with resources,
Mhm.
Well, that's a good challenge for me, because a couple days a week I volunteer at the library now that I no longer work there.
right?
And they have a community bulletin board, and it's right down from the room that I'm working in. So I pass it every time I'm there, few times while I'm there.
Yeah.
And, I look at things on that board, because I've learned several classes going on in our area, and different things that's happening, all the, it's got the library notices, like they're going to have this for the young people,
Mhm.
or this. But I notice other organizations post on there also.
Yeah.
So I will just I will find out about that and see if because I do not know, but I can research myself in my where I live, if there is
Exactly.
an autistic awareness group that works with people.
Mhm.
I can do that, Nisi.
Yeah, you might be surprised that there a lot of times, like even in a little town just over from us, before you get to Hamilton, there's a very small little building, and it's a special nonprofit
Mhm.
autism organization for autistics, and it's a music nonprofit music education for autistics, and they also do other fine arts, whether it be drawing, painting, dancing, things like that. And they come up with activities, especially for children and young adults with autism, various levels, about maybe once a month, sometimes once every 2 months. They're just now getting started back up since the pandemic, so everything's kind of slow moving. They do accept volunteers, and there's a whole process that I need to go through before I can just step in there and, volunteer my time. They got to do background checks and make sure you're a safe person and
Right.
things like that. So
Yep.
there may be a place like that in your area and you have no idea that it's there. So
Or that's right, not only in my area, but maybe in your area. This is going to go out
To the
around
viewer.
world.
yeah,
This has the potential of reaching
any of y'all's area, you'll be surprised that there might be a place like that.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to volunteer, you can definitely, learn a lot by going to places like that. So
that's right. Well, I have a friend whose son is Down syndrome, and he's a part of a larger group. The area, I think it's about 25 miles from where we live, and they have a very large active group of Down syndrome, and you're right. They've not been able to meet for over like 2 years. Now they did virtual, which I think that was great. They were able to Zoom and have fun on Zoom.
That's wonderful.
It's nothing like in being there.
So in person, everything is so much better. And I really, I know we're
therapeutic in a lot of different ways. In person.
Well, you sent me some really cool pictures.
I've been busy.
And so what would you like to start with?
You can show the doll first, I guess.
Okay.
This is acceptance month.
Yeah. And so tell us about your doll.
That is my tribute doll, the freehandly made Autism Acceptance Tribute Cabbage Patch doll. She was in rough, well-loved condition when I found her, so I rescued her from a little thrift store. I gave her a bath, removed all the stains, did some stitching repair to the body. The body's a soft, sculptured body, so there was a lot of repair that needed to be done there. I designed that outfit. You can see that there's rainbows and there's a heart in the middle. Sue Leah is the person that made the clothes for me, and I told her she's always the one I go to when I need clothes for a project like this. And I told her, I'm like, this is what I need, Sue. She's done 3 other autism outfits for me, and I told her this one needed to be over the top special. And so I designed it. She showed me examples, and I said, that's it. That's what I need right there. And so she put it together, mailed it to me. And then I removed all the hair out of the vinyl, and those curls that you see on this doll, that is 60 wooden rod dowels, hand wrapped by me, and then baked in the oven, and then for 45 minutes, and then cooled for 2 hours, and then I unwrapped the yarn by hand, and then I, of course, crocheted it into the vinyl head, secured it, sealed it, and let it dry and let it set. And then, of course, I trimmed the ponytails up because there was a lot more yarn than what you're seeing now. And then, of course, I gave her lion mane bangs, curly bangs. She took me just over 2 months to complete.
My goodness.
Yes, and she was my grand prize. I wanted my 1K celebration was very late because I couldn't have it until she was done.
Yes.
Because she was the centerpiece of the celebration, because she literally represents me and my channel. And then she was given away to another channel, to another creator or supporter that was in the chat. And yes. And God is he has such a sense of humor, and he's so wonderful in so many ways. But this doll went to a woman whose son lives in Missoula, Montana. How crazy is that?
Oh,
Wow.
ah,
Wow.
that's awesome. The Lord
I
does.
had
He
to
does.
laugh. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And it was
Yeah.
Daigo Crochet. She's a wonderful woman. And she does a lot of charity work. And so I thought, man, the Lord he wanted to bless her.
He did.
She gives to so many people all the time. He just decided that he was going to give to her this time around. And she opened her baby on her live stream. And I was a little late getting there. But she opened her on her live stream. And so it was fun watching her open her up and getting to have her in her hands for the first time. But so
No.
the doll was very special. I put all my passion and my love into that doll. And
Absolutely.
What is her channel?
Daigo Crochet,
I need you to spell that.
Digo.
Oh, okay.
Right.
And it's on the very last live
Okay.
that she has uploaded
Okay.
is her opening the doll. Very sweet woman, very sweet. She's had a lot of tragedy this past year. And so I just, once the celebration was over, I had to thank the Lord for making sure that she was the one that got that doll. Cause it was all random picker,
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
So it was a perfect ending to the celebration that day. And yeah, it was wonderful. It brought my heart a lot of joy to see
Yes.
that's who the doll went to. So
Well, this next little fella,
Oh,
does he have a name? Oh,
he
first
does
of all,
not.
does the Cabbage Patch have a name?
She doesn't have a name yet. There's going to be a poll on Daigo's channel, and we all get to vote what we think the name should be once
Okay.
she decides. She
Okay.
narrows it down to her favorites. So
That would be a lot of fun. So I
that
think
is
everybody needs to
to
check
be
out her
announced.
channel.
And
So
I will go over there and subscribe too.
yeah. And okay, so this next little guy, tell us about him.
He is a dragon that I made for a woman that lives in the same town that I do, but she actually lives off the mountain in the actual town. And I met her because she found me through an autism site. Her granddaughter is autistic, and she reached out to me and friended me through Facebook. And she saw the first dragon that I made for my husband. She's like, "Oh my gosh, can you make one of those for me?" My husband and I, the college we went to, our college mascot was a green and white dragon. She goes, "No, I'll pay you to make this dragon."
Wow.
I said, "Absolutely, I'll make it for you." So he hasn't made his way home to her yet, and obviously he doesn't have a name yet. But I'll be driving him down to her sometime like the first week of May. So he was a challenge. I don't know why he was so hard to make. My husband's was a lot easier. I think it's because I used a smaller crochet hook size.
Okay.
And it's amazing how different that can cause a pattern to be. So he took me a minute. He was challenging. He pushed me to my limit a couple of times. I had to put him down and take time out.
I know you extended his tail. You said the
I
pattern.
did. Yeah, I had to extend his tail. Yeah, the tail was too short, and he was leaning back too far.
Yes, I mean now you say yes. Now I have to say he reminds me of someone very special to me. When I was expecting our first son, my husband and I went to the movies and we saw Pete's Dragon.
He does. The pattern, I think it's the belly that makes, because even my husband's resembles Pete's Dragon too.
I really enjoyed Pete's Dragon.
I did not design him. I cannot pronounce her last name, but it's a woman named Sharon Ojaya. It's Ojala. She has a channel, but she hasn't done anything to her channel in over a year. So I don't know what's going on there.
Right.
But the pattern is also on a website, which has been non-active, but it's still up and open. You can get to it, and it's a free pattern. And so that's where I got the design from, is from Sharon's website. just want to give her the credit because I didn't design the dragon. So yeah, I'm obsessed with amigurumis now. I love making plush toys because I'm just a big kid. Obviously, I do with dolls. Y'all know that. So
Oh,
yeah, so yeah, I love making plush toys. I'm getting ready to start on a cow next.
oh,
Oh, hey,
How-
can you do a chicken?
Do a chicken. Yeah, I probably can do a chicken.
Yeah,
someone we know, someone we
yeah,
know.
somebody in the chat. I'm pretty sure she would like to have a chicken.
Yeah, I actually know a couple of patterns for chickens. I'm pretty 98% sure I could crochet up a chicken.
Well, when I was visiting Anne, or maybe just shortly after I came back, Anne said, I've been thinking. And I said, yeah, what? And she said, I've been thinking, I really like roosters. I love,
Well, I've always liked them,
and she said, I think I'm going to start collecting them and putting them in my kitchen. So
be
I'm just,
something different.
uh,
I would love to have a country kitchen
yes, that's what we were
with,
talking about.
with space,
Uh-huh.
where you could put like the big ceramic chickens. I don't know. I think they're really pretty.
They
And,
are.
My
and
sister-in-law, Gail, she collects chickens too.
Yeah.
And
I,
she has chickens.
yeah. Well, I don't, I of course don't have any, but,
But
I just think it's I like that design
I
for a
do too.
kitchen,
Absolutely.
but
Well, you need to check out Cracker Barrel. I think they're not our sponsor, but I can say that
I love
well,
Cracker
they
Barrel.
have beautiful.
we
Stuff
love,
in there.
they have beautiful clothes at Cracker
They
Barrel.
do. They
I
do.
know they're so pretty. I always go right to the clothes.
Well,
But
I think recently I made a trip there, and I think some of their country chicken things were maybe having a little bit of percentage off. So
Oh, on sale.
well, and Hobby Lobby, of course, they have everything. They're
yeah.
they're chock full. I've got to do something different in my kitchen, but I don't know what yet.
I
But
just try keeping mine straightened up, and that's
yeah,
about where
it's
it
a
goes.
it's a job. It's a job. It's a job. But
Oh,
wow, Nisi, you're just a busy lady. What are you going to be doing next on your next video?
mhm.
Actually, I was challenged to do a video on some preparation books. Preparation library. It's your preparation library, I think it is. And what books you go to. So I'm getting ready to do that video probably tomorrow morning.
Okay.
And I'll be showing probably just 3 books that are my go-tos
Okay.
What
that I
kind of
use.
what subjects do they cover? Just briefly.
It can be anything from, gardening. It can be, if you're a Christian or a spiritual person, your faith-based books. It can be survival books. If you are into what do they call it? Forging? It could be a book on forging. It could be books on canning. Any of that type of stuff.
I think that's awesome.
I
Don't
do
you,
too.
Lynn?
Well,
I think that
Yeah, so I got to do the
Shout
video.
Okay, I'm going to
Yeah.
give a shout out to libraries. Okay, if your library has a group called Friends of the Library, something like that, it's
Mhm.
they are like a support to your library. They're people who really enjoy the library, and so we have a really active group at the library that I go to, and they are called the Friends, and they have a bookshelf up in the library, and we can purchase. People donate books, and some books go right into library collections. Of course, they go right into
Mhm.
collections. Other books are donated to the Friends of the Library, and they have a book shelf where they sell books. And I'm going to tell you, I love to go to that section every time I go to the library. Nisi, I just found like an Amish cookbook.
Ooh, nice.
And the hard covered books are $1, and a soft book is 50 cents, and all children's books, regardless, 25 cents. And so I
Wow.
picked up an Amish book, and it has hints, things like what vinegar is good for, what baking soda is good for, that kind of like a,
Mhm.
isn't that neat? And
Yeah.
That could be
so,
part of your book collection.
check
Yeah.
out your library. Sometimes they have friends of the library, and they'll have a maybe not at the library, but maybe in your town they have a space that they rent and that they offer books. It's
Yeah.
We do. We have our library offers free books that people have donated.
yes,
Um,
yes.
And little man and I usually go once winter starts to calm down, and we're about at that point.
Oh, okay.
Since he doesn't go to school on Fridays, normally I take him into town on Fridays, and every other Friday we go to the library. And he usually checks out about 10 to 12 books.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Best
My son
place.
loves books.
Yeah.
That's
place.
awesome that
Right.
he's such a reader.
Yes.
Yeah, he loves
That's
books.
that's fantastic.
It is.
Because you know, when you get in those situations of survival or something happens, you're going to need hard-covered books
You need
or
to know
paper.
how to do
You're going to
stuff.
need you're going to need it written down where you can
Yeah.
go to it, because we
Yeah.
know that all that's going to be gone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what you have to do.
So that's sort of what I've started is, it's reasonable that I can collect those for reasonable.
Yeah.
So I've started collecting them just to have.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've
Get
got
'em.
several down in the pantry that I got to decide which ones I want to showcase on my video. I'm not
Oh, that's exciting. I'll
which
be there.
ones.
That'll be a great.
And then I have a live tomorrow. And it will be the last. Yes, it will, because next week I won't be able to do my live because I have
So that was
very exciting
yesterday.
news. I have my
That was yesterday.
I have my first, yes, yesterday.
Yeah,
So I'll
yesterday
have
you were live.
to see the live. You'll have to go in and watch it.
Yes.
It's the last autism acceptance segment for the month of April, because the last Friday or the last Thursday of the month, which is next week, I will not be able to, because I have my first appointment towards getting my hip fixed. I'm so excited.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So, yes. So if you missed it, you guys got to go back and watch it, because it's the last special autism segment for the month of April, my
Yes.
live. But then I also have another video that's going to be coming out probably on Tuesday of next week on autism and empathy, which some of my viewers have been waiting for. But I always have to script everything before I do a video and make sure that I've covered everything I want to cover. And then, you got to do the editing and whole 9 yards. So that will be a video that's coming out. But you all know I do autism education videos all year around, because for us that are artistics and advocates, we do advocacy work 365 days a year.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Not just the month of April. It's just April is just, kind of, we choose it to deal with it as like a celebration month.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
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 Yeah. So it's been a busy month, and I've been crocheting like crazy. Y'all know crochet is my therapy.
Oh, yeah.
It helps me with my stemming, because I stem like crazy, and which is a trait of autism, and it keeps my nails healthy and keeps me from doing unhealthy habits. And so another charity that I'm involved in is called Hat Not Hate, and they get it's through Lion Brand, which is a company that makes yarn.
I was going to say, I thought that was a yarn maker. Mhm.
It is, and they have creators that donate handmade hats that they have to be blue, and the schools that participate in the anti-bullying campaign, those schools get free hats. So far I've got 3 done. So this one yesterday.
Isn't that lovely?
Look at the crown. I gotta show you the crown. The crown is like the best part. It looks like a sun, doesn't it?
It does. Yes, like a sun. Yes.
This pattern was by Bag a Day. And then this is the Burst of Kindness, just like the one I'm working on now, the Burst of Kindness beanie. And there's the burst.
It's
Uh,
beautiful.
My friend Sanita, who has a channel, she's the one that designed the Burst of Kindness crown, and then we do the body of the hat any way we want. And then I did another Burst of Kindness hat.
Oh,
So I've got 3 done. My goal is to get at least 6 done, or as many as I can get done out of the blue yarn that I have left.
okay.
Mhm.
And then show us the gold. You're working on gold right there.
Yes, I'm working on. Okay, now this one is going to be going on sale when I get done with it.
Yes.
And it is going to be my first autism acceptance beanie, and of course, I'm using the Burst of Kindness.
I like that.
I do
I
too.
got permission from Sanita to do that because I told him, like, that is the perfect pattern.
Yes.
It's
Kindness
beautiful.
and acceptance go hand in hand. Can I please use your pattern for my autism acceptance hats? And she said, absolutely. So that is the crown, and I'm just now getting to the body of the hat. And it's going to be a beanie.
Mhm.
And then I've got these really cute gold infinity charms, and I will sew the charm on like the corner of the hat.
Yes.
So that's the first one. And so I got
That's
gold yarn,
beautiful.
and I got some red yarn. So I'll be doing those.
Beautiful.
Yes, just
I'm a very
Beautiful.
busy lady. I stay
Oh.
busy.
Oh,
beautiful.
well, this has just been wonderful having you back with
Yes.
us. Seems like ages
I
since you were
know.
here last.
Yes.
But it's just
It's definitely
such
been a hot minute.
it has. And yeah, from between then and now, so much going on with all of us. We're just
Yes.
all busy people, but so glad that you took this time with us today. And I know that people have questions,
Yeah.
and you're available right now. Right now, look in the chat. Free Handley is in the chat with you, and she is going to answer your questions if you have them. Get in there right now, ask questions of Nisi, and she will answer them in real time.
Yeah.
Right,
Any
right
questions
now.
you
Yeah,
Yeah.
get
This
your
is new
questions
for
in
us.
there.
Yeah,
Come
this
on,
is
she's
new.
waiting for you. She's there. We all are there.
Before you go, Nisi, I saw. Did you do a patchwork quilt tablecloth? You have a
Actually, that was my grandbaby's quilt that I made, and I did it 100% by hand.
Oh, I was going to ask you if you had the sewing machine or if that was by hand.
All by hand. I do everything I do have a sewing machine, but I don't use it. I do everything by hand stitch, every bit of it.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm actually getting ready to mail it out to my grandbaby. Finally, getting ready to mail it out to her. So yeah, it's just a baby blanket, and
Lovely, lovely.
it's my first one I ever did, actually.
Oh,
I
that
haven't
is
had a chance to do
great.
another one. Yeah.
I've been thinking about my background, and because it stays pretty much the same, I'm going to talk to cameraman. I do have a quilt that is over 100 years old. Now the quilt itself, it was all done by hand. The front of the quilt, but now when I had it quilted, it actually is machine quilted, but it's so beautiful, and it's, my goodness, it's way over 100 years old. So I've been thinking maybe that should be my background. I'm not sure yet.
Cool.
I'm thinking.
You could
like,
hang it on a
could
big
help me.
rod.
Yeah,
on a
you
big
could.
rod.
Yeah, you could hook
Yeah.
it up to a rod and hang it up behind you.
I'm
It'd be
thinking
really cool.
at least it could go over my drapes, at least for the show, right?
Oh, well, it'd be very
And,
pretty. Very
at
pretty,
church-
Lynn.
At church on Sunday, our pastor gave each family an Easter lily. So
Oh,
wonderful.
that's where my Easter lily came from, and of course, I will plant it in the garden, and it'll come up again next year.
They do. They come up every year. Mine do. I have like some very pretty ones. Most of mine are yellowish, different shades of yellow, most of mine, but I love it when they come up. And they're starting to, like, we got snow as well, and we got snow this morning.
Oh,
Now it's already melted, but it's playing tricks with my plants.
I think it's
Yes.
playing tricks with the birds and
It is.
and with me, because it's like you don't know what to wear and it's
Mhm.
cold all the time and
You
it's
wear
just
layers. That way, if
oh
you get
I
hot,
know, I know.
Yeah.
I'm just like, was it this way last year? And I think this year's a little bit different.
I think so.
It is. It is for us because it was not like this last year. For us,
Yeah,
we didn't
I
have
think
any snow. We did have snow last year, the first week of June, though. We did. We had a freak little snowstorm first week of June, believe it or not. And I filmed it because I was aggravated because I just planted my tomatoes
oh
and it started to snow.
Oh, that's not
yeah.
good.
And I
I'd be
followed all the rules. I didn't plant till after Mother's Day, darn it.
I
So,
would be very aggravated too. I'm
but
ready.
they
We
lived.
need
They lived. They didn't die on
uh,
me, but
well, I'm ready. I need to do some work outside and plant some stuff and I want to get going and you just can't
nope,
because
you gotta
you know
wait.
it's still having frost at night, you
Yep.
know.
I know.
Yeah.
So I bet now get this. So today, right now, it says it's 50. Okay. It was in the 30s this morning. And then Friday is going to be 82 here.
I know.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. And then it goes back down into the 50s and 40s next week. So
Yes.
I don't know what's going on.
Mhm.
I'm about ready to have a talk with the Lord. What's going on?
What's
Honestly.
going on with this weather? Bring on spring.
I
Yesterday,
know.
it was really weird. I'd never seen anything like it. But I have these French doors. That's where all the light's coming from, is my French doors. And I was sitting in my spot, looking out across the valley, trying to see, across the pastures, because normally I can see the mountains and they're gorgeous, but I couldn't see them very clear because part of part of it was clear sky and sunny, and then there was another like a cloud or something that, and it was snowing. It was sunny and snowing at the same time, and
Yeah.
I took a picture of it and I texted it to my husband and I said, "What is up with this? How can it be sunny and snowing at the same time?"
Oh,
Oh my
wow.
goodness.
Honey, you live in the mountains. You're not in Kansas anymore.
That's right. That's right.
Crazy.
I know it's just
Right.
it is very, very, very goofy.
I
Oh,
never
so goofy.
understood that when I watched movies, and they always say, when you're on a mountain, you got to be careful because the weather can change like that. Like,
Yes.
on the National Geographic shows and stuff like that. I never
Yes.
understood that. I'm like, surely you should have time to know that there's some bad weather. I mean, look up you could see the clouds coming. I never understood it. Now I understand it.
Now you do. That's right.
I know when
It can change like that.
that's when the one time that we did make it out to Yellowstone, but we stayed in Montana,
Mhm.
and we were up in a resort that was up in the mountains, I guess and we went down the mountain to go to eat, and it was just a nice clear evening, cool, but it was clear. As we go up the mountain to go back home to the resort, snow. I mean,
Yep.
we had like a blizzard up there,
Yeah.
and it snowed
Yeah.
all night long. I mean,
Mhm.
several inches. But then
Yep.
once you go down the mountain, there was nothing. When you went into
mean,
town, nothing.
I'm not that far from my son's school, and it would be snowing here. And then literally just 10 minutes down the road,
Yes.
there's no snow at my son's
I
school.
know, isn't that so strange?
It
So
is.
strange. But
So,
Well,
but
next
anyhow,
time we
that's
talk,
that.
maybe next time we talk, it'll be summer, Nisi.
Well, I hope so. But then we'll be going. I know what you'll be.
pond.
Lynn will be going. Oh, it's so hot.
Yeah.
I'm melting.
I am not a summer person.
Well, I'm not either. But maybe this year we'll do better because we're
'Cause we'll
eating
be
healthy
lighter.
now.
We'll
So
be
maybe
healthy and lighter, right?
Right. Maybe we'll do better. Well,
Well-
Nisi, we want to say thank you so very much. Is there anything else that you'd like to say before we go today?
Just always remember, dare to be you and dare to be different.
Yes.
Love
I
to
love
you
that.
all.
Yes.
Mwah.
Love that. Oh, off to you.
Yeah, I'm a
Oh,
granny too, so I can do granny kisses.
yes, you can.
We can do
Granny
great.
kisses. Yes. And we still do our granny kisses, of course.
Of
Well,
course.
thank you
I love you,
so
ladies.
We
Thank you
love
so much
you.
for having me up. And it's so good to see you and get to talk with you guys again. We
it's-
missed you so much, but
Thank
hey,
Thank you.
downtime and vacation time is important.
Yes.
Yes.
Gotta do
Sometimes you
it.
just yes,
Gotta do
you gotta have that time away and
Right.
de-stress and get refreshed and
Recharge.
Smell the flowers.
recharge our batteries. So anyhow, yep. So great things ahead. And thank you so much, Nisi. Everybody say goodbye to Nisi.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye and granny kisses.
Mwah,
Being
mwah.
good. And we'll see you soon, hon. Thank
See
you
you
so
soon.
much.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Oh,
Aw, isn't she precious?
yes,
She is
so
so
precious.
precious.
Oh, I
So
tell you, I am so thankful that that nieces come in our life and all the the different channels and different people, the creators that we've met, and
mhm.
they're just each one just it's just good to be together
Are
and lift
unique.
each other up.
They're very unique and
Each one.
special
Right.
to us.
That's
Right?
right.
Each of them hold a little place in our heart.
Absolutely.
So we
Oh,
want to say thank you to our moderators today. Thank you for everybody that joined us today. And if this is your first time, we hope that you'll subscribe
yes.
to Hit It, Lynn.
The official Ann Lynn show.
That's right. The official Ann Lynn
Lynn
show. And join us next time right here, right, Lynn?
Right here. That's
Right
right.
here on YouTube at the official
Ann
Ann
Lynn.
Lynn show. Are you ready to granny kiss out?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right,
It's
ready?
great.
Okay.
Okay.
We granny kiss you out.
Okay.
Goodbye. Thanks to everybody for being here today.
Oh, knocking my mic over.
Oh, she's getting excited. She's getting excited. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.